This has been my food processor for years and years. We've used this for baby food and grinding meat, of course, for ham loaf, meatloaf. It works for vegetables, and notice there's no electricity or batteries needed. So this is maybe not as old as it might appear. We haven't really looked into it much, but it does say it's made by LF&C, New Britain, Connecticut, USA. And it may have been from, I don't know, 1960s or 70s, but it's stamped anyway with some older dates. This says patent October 12th, 1897. It's called, stamped right into it, Universal Food Chopper number 2. Number 2 indicates that this is, I guess, medium size. The number 3 would have been slightly larger, and number 0 would have been smaller. This New Britain company has been around a long time. They actually make tools as well. They're one of the oldest tool companies in the USA, and this is one of the tools that is a New Britain tool. And you can see here that actually the early Craftsman tools were made by, if it has an H with a circle around it, they were made by New Britain. This one was made in probably the 70s, but this ratchet set was probably made in the 1950s. So this is very easy to take apart and clean. There's nothing complicated about this. This is simple technology that works. You can repair it yourself, and there's not actually going to ever be a repair. That's actually what's happening, because these are built. All right, so this is the main attachment we usually use. It grinds against this very open but heavy screen, so that grinds everything up. Here's all the other attachments that came with it, so you can see you can get finer or more coarse textures. You can even grind wheat with it, which we've also done if you put some of these right up against the screen. So you can grind grains just as well. So this auger on the inside just pulls right out. So the numbering on here, I believe, are patent numbers. So there's one from Great Britain, there's Brevet, there's Belgium. We always bleach this before we use it, just to make sure that it is clean. You don't want ground meat in little crevices where you didn't know it was there. So we just use an old toothbrush to get in there and make sure we've got everything out that needs to be out. There's a lot of crevices in there, so this is important. These grooves in here are important to check, and there's a little lip around here as well to make sure and get that good and clean. Some of these inner surfaces you will not be able to reach with a toothbrush, so you can use a fork or any other smaller pick. There's a little piece right there we couldn't see with our eyes, but it was there. And we're ready to go for next time.